Hello, journeymen, journeywomen. This is a hero's journey with Dr. D, the podcast. This podcast was designed to inspire, to encourage, to educate, and to motivate, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. Now, for an entertaining video version of this episode, along with many more at my YouTube series, go to a hero's journey with drd.com. Now, let's begin. Amen, journey women. This is Hero's Journey with Dr. D, here to encourage, to motivate, to educate, to inspire, creating a better mindset today and helping you get beyond your first move. And tonight, you know what it is. You know what it is. And I just wanted to let you know, if you find any value in this content, go ahead and help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, share, comment. Give me the thumbs up. So by doing that, you come together with me. You help me make it better tomorrow, today. So come with me. I am tonight is the it was the recap, update, and pre and Q and A. Wait for it. Wait for it. Instead, now it's the preview, update, and Q and A. It's been one of those weeks. All right. Okay. So what we do is that I'm gonna open up the chats. So I'm gonna show the chat on the side. I'll put the links into on the side. If anybody's called in, I will go through the called in list, and then we'll get to the Q and A section. What I will do is that I'll put everybody in the back room and I'll bring them up now. Preferably this week is a go, and my sound is good as well as my visuals, and the systems are not jacked up. I do not have technical difficulties. So tonight, you know what it is. It is the recap or the preview, the update, and the Q and A. And what the Q and A is on a video that has not been done yet, but a video that will be done. That's why it's called the preview. It's called how oh how to filter negative thoughts. How to filter negative thoughts. I'm gonna quit chat. Okay, thanks, Paula. So what we're gonna do? Sounds good. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Give me a cheer. Yeah. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So what I'm going to talk about, I'm doing the video on it will be talking about negative emotions, not negative emotion, but the negative thoughts, because every thought starts from somewhere outside of ourselves at one time or another. So let me explain. You generally would think that you receive is two areas where you receive your thoughts. So first, you have to know the origins of the thoughts, and the thoughts come. They come through the connection of our five senses. You know what we see, we feel. You know we touch, you taste. All five of the senses, we will receive information that will actually be stored within in our system. In the amygdala, amygdala is actually like a library, even though it's the catalyst for the fight or flight or freeze. It's like a library. It's a library, and what it does, it stores up information and that we receive during our everyday lives for a specific time that it needs to be utilized. So what happens is that it receives things from your senses, and also it pulls things from your memory. It receives things from your senses and pulls things from your memory. A lot of times people will think that they're being affected by everything's outside of them currently, but it's possible that not only they're affected by things on the outside, yeah, externally, but it's the internal stuff that once upon a time was on the outside that affected them, and they put in an internal, and then it's been archived in the amygdala. The amygdala process, the amygdala area, it's like an almond, and what it does, it sends the information to the thalamus, and thalamus sends everything, the messages to um, the prefrontal cortex, which is the educational part. It's the analytical and it's the logic part of our brain. It's how we really process things in a technical manner. It's the things that when we're structured and we're dignified, or we're in order, so to speak. Um, but the amygdala kind of shoots it down, and and then you go to fight or flight. The thalamus shoots it the information to the amygdala as well as it's processed through the amygdala and and then it's sent out to the prefrontal cortex as well. Prefrontal cortex takes a while to process the information, but the amygdala does not take any time at all because while it's the storing element of the brain, it stores the information. It's like the library. It's the safety mechanism as well. And you have to understand that we receive two types of thoughts. We receive toxic thoughts and good thoughts. And the toxic thoughts will be uh, bitterness, uh, disruption, all the things that you consider negative and dark. Those are toxic. And sometimes not only do we have toxic thoughts, we have toxic people that are pivotal in giving us or installing toxic thoughts within our memories. You have certain relationships in our past that were the origin of toxic thoughts that we internalize and we keep. And then something triggers it and then it comes out. And then our whole day is negative. A whole day is negative. So it's you to filter it, you need to understand. And I will do the video and I will break down some things on the video to actually explain some stuff in more detail about how we do decipher between the good thoughts and the bad thoughts. But not only how do we decipher between the good thoughts and the bad thoughts, the thing is, how do we kick them out? How do you kick the bad thoughts out or put them back on the shelf? It's some thoughts that don't even need to be entertained. While the amygdala is the library, it's some books that never need to be pulled down because they just tear up your whole day. They just jack it up. So, we need to be able to decipher what we take in. We have five senses for a purpose, and that's to receive things so we can process them. And we need to be responsible about how and what we are receiving. We need to be responsible about what we allow to go in our eyes and what we allow to go in our ears. What things we allow to be affected by our senses because that affects us. I've written this good book, As a Man Thinketh, So Is He. So if a man, if you if you think, if you are the summation of your thoughts, it would make sense to evaluate your thoughts. But how often do we think about what we're thinking about? Or do we allow the thoughts that come in to roam rapid? I believe that you should not let any thought go unchecked. Because if the thoughts go unchecked, then the experience, the situation, or the person is ruling your life, and you are not. Don't let the external stimuli affect your internal peace. But the state may be, but the question may be, well, Dr. D, I don't really have any peace. That's the issue. No, did we say it's going to be easy? No, it's a process. It's this time. It's time. Everything is about discipline. If you fall down seven, make sure you get up on the eighth time. Just keep getting up. The goal is, like I say every time in the video, every day you give a vertical, make it your goal and not to look back and to always move forward. Even if it's an inch, push, push. If you got to punch an inch, a half an inch, but still you're here to be able to push. And then we have a lot of things that, and see, fear and faith are the catalyst of everything. Um, Fear is the catalyst of anxiety, dilemma, depression. I mean, fear is because it stimulates within our system and it just messes us up. There's a lot of things that because fear is a toxic. It's a toxic thought. Now, faith is when you try to step out against fear. It's not the absence of fear. It's pushing through in light of fear. In light of fear. How do you push through in light of fear? Steady, sometimes slow, sometimes fast. But the goal is to always push. Don't let the situation on the outside affect your internal state of being, because your state of being affects your state of mind, and your state of mind affects your attitude, and your attitude affects things around you. It actually repels. It pulls your attitude pulls people to you or pull people away from you. Now I know some people say I don't want to deal with people, and I believe that a lot of people don't want to deal with people because people are inconsistent. And when you put your heart out there and when you're a trusting person and when somebody stumps on it, you don't want to get crushed again. I don't. Nobody wants to get crushed again. You just want to go ahead and say, "Ow!" Nobody wants to be slapped again. Nobody wants to be kicked. Nobody wants to be shot. Every time you put yourself out there, there's somebody got a gun and just shoot. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, especially when you are putting yourself out and make yourself vulnerable. But we live. We live to try again. However, the goal is to observe what's toxic and what's not. The goal is not to allow toxic things rule us. Can we not allow toxic things to rule us? And the question is, a lot of times we believe that, well, toxic things or people or situations I can stay away from. But a lot of times it's not the things or the situations in our current state that's affecting us. It's the things of yesteryear that keep ruling our current day, keep coming back and coming back. And you relive that situation over and over again because every thought has an emotion to it, and every emotion has a feeling. Every emotion has a feeling. So if you don't get in control of that thought, you never control that emotion. And if you get a control of that emotion, you'll never control the feeling that comes with that emotion. Now, all emotions not bad. You got negative emotions, you got positive emotions. You want more of the serotonin. Serotonin, you want more of the good stuff, but less of the bad. All right. That's pretty much my preview. Now I will go like I did say I was gonna go about three things. And the three things will be in the video that I put up. Um, three things that it's first off, it's three statements that John it's three statements that a lot of people hear that you think they're positive but really are negative. I will state that in the video. And I will try to give two or three steps, a process of how you can actually just work on delineating the negative thoughts so you can focus on creating a better tomorrow. You got to clear the negative stuff. It's taking too much real estate, doesn't pay rent. The negative thoughts take up too much real estate, doesn't pay rent, and doesn't prepare a pleasant path for your future. So the goal is to put the negative away, to pull on the positive, and push toward the future with bright lights. Yay! Cheers! All right. All hearts and minds clear. So what we're gonna do? That's my update. Will be that video. The video will be how to filter how to filter negative thoughts, how to handle your thoughts. I really believe if we can get just a fraction better every day in controlling our thoughts, then we have a happier tomorrow. A happier tomorrow. All right, that is my update. Now we are going to the Q and oh man, I didn't put the let me put the link in the chat. All right. I put the link in the chat. So those who come in the back room, come in the back room. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through the chat. Let me pull this music down. I'm going to the chat. I'm respond to the chat. All right. Does anxiety, anxious thoughts count as negative? Yes. Anxiety, anxious thoughts do count as negative thoughts because what it does is it it's the same physical activity. Then put this then put this. It's the same physical effect that excitement has on your body. It's just your lens is different. Your perspective of the situation or the person or the environment is different. But your body's actually doing the exact same thing. But you don't see it as bad. You don't see it as good, you see it as bad. So fear is the catalyst of anxiety. All right. I see you in the back room. Let me ask you a question first, Paula. Paula, I see you. People are also very needy and time consuming. Ah! Let me get that off. I still if avoiding the triggers does not work, then I need to learn how to adapt the triggers. Just don't pull it. Let me pull you in. All right.
Like I am having issues tonight, so hang on. I don't know. Can you see me at all?
Perfect. I see he's perfect.
Okay, I only see part of me, but my trigger. Remember, I told you about the dude that kept showing up and showing up.
Right.
So by day 5 or 6 of this, I'm already on edge all day, anticipating bad shit to come. It may not. It did, and I reacted badly. How do you, when you cannot control who comes into your environment, control the anxiety and the anger? Because I mean, it affected me for days after. I stormed out of the doctor's office. I cussed out the disability lady. I mean, granted, if that had happened by itself, fine. But when you add all that shit up, it's very hard to control. I wanted to run people over. Those doctors and nurses look like bowling pins. I was having very, very negative thoughts.
Was he the initiator of everything?
Yes, because he was constantly harassing and invading, and I have no control. When I tell somebody 4 times, 5 times, I'm not interested, go away, don't show up at my house, and you still get stalker like, my anxiety is heightened to the point that even after I've blown up at that person, I'm affected for days after. Just like this, the tense, the anxiety. And it's like, how do you bounce back quicker than I'm apparently doing?
Your refractory period is extended.
Right.
Extended because
It's
right.
like I'm on edge that much longer.
Your attitude becomes a mood. Mood becomes the temperament. The temperament becomes a personality trait, and you won't have a personality trait that's stuck with you. That that sometimes your body start acting even if nobody's around.
Well, that's why I like being alone so much. People are the triggers, and I'm happy in my little world, and I have no control when people come into it
Right.
except to tell them to leave. And if they don't, then I get real freaking ill.
So what do people represent?
Trouble, problems, pressure. Apparently, I'm going to lose a battery here. It says it's charging. I don't know. You may lose me. I'll try and get on the laptop if you do. But
Okay.
yeah, people are, I mean, some people are wonderful and nice, and I love them in small doses. But I still, I mean, since the accident, I am not the same person. I have to be doing something, and people are stopping me from doing my something. So it's nice and it's sweet, but I got shit to do, and I know that sounds awful, and I don't know how to change. I don't even want to change it. I like that I'm happy alone. You know,
How, is it the issue with the issue more so be that you don't know how to address the person without then this person actually affects your money. So
I I don't know how to calm down and rid myself of the tension, anxiety, and anger for days after an event, especially one that has built up like that one did. I need to learn how to let it go faster because I hate being miserable. I hate being angry. It's exhausting.
you got okay. It's is one thing you can do. You can to quickly reset yourself is it's really breathing, but is breathing. But that's the purpose of the meditation. Actually, really to reset yourself.
Right.
Like it's, I one technique that you breathe twice as you blow out.
Guess
I
nicotine
mean,
doesn't count.
what's that?
I guess nicotine doesn't count.
Well, you get you
That's
can't
what
and
I've been breathing.
you
Mhm. Like you can't smoke enough.
no, it's no, your the purpose of the meditation, which is one of the biggest purposes, is breathing, but the breathing actually to get control of you, your inner you,
So I've
because
just
you're
got to remember to do this.
right, because it is going haywire. Something triggers you with anybody for the most part. Sometimes, if you was in a heated discussion or something like that, if you ain't got the tools to deal with it, you put that CD on. That well,
If
put
they're
me
still in your driveway, you can't do that. I
no.
mean, yes, I could. I could slam the door, I could walk in, I could turn my shit on. But then I'm still fucking pissed that they didn't listen. Sorry. It was like, people are dense.
Yeah. Okay. What have you told him?
I have told him why I don't want to date, why I don't want to date him specifically. I have told him that I am not a people person. I work during the day. Don't show up at my house. Leave me the fuck alone. I mean, I've gotten a lot less tactful as
Do
he kept harassing and texting and showing up. I got progressively meaner.
do you have a relationship with the police?
No, I live way out here where we only call cops if someone has died or overdosed, and that happens a lot in
You got no
Saltpond.
sheriff or nobody?
There is one, but it's a different world out here. We try not to get them involved. People will posse up before they call the sheriff out here.
Oh, you
There's,
got malicious.
you know how the mountains are? This is an island that didn't get a road to humanity until 1955.
Wow.
So this place is kind of lost in time. So it has been known to happen. I have seen cops on the island, but it's not a route that I want to be able to tell somebody, yo, back the fuck up, and they back the fuck up. Because it ain't just one. It's like I don't even make eye contact with people when I go out because you can't. They'll follow you home.
It's not it's not one guy on the island that you can say, listen, I just need your voice.
I need what?
Your voice. Like I have as a friends that just that have agencies and they'll come get me so I can put my voice on their voicemail. It's a different response when you hear men.
Oh,
If
oh,
a
I understand.
if a
Okay,
man
yeah,
hears
I'm having a
another
blonde moment.
if a man hears another man, or better yet, if you had
I need to
you got
change my voice.
do you have outdoor speakers?
I have speakers that will definitely make some sound outside. Yeah.
Yeah, get a voice changer.
I showed this dude where the machete was, and he still tried to grab me. Is you
No,
can't
no, no, no. Just get a voice.
rationalize.
Now you get a voice changer. If it goes outside, if he comes to the door, the voice changer would be a man.
That's cool. I could have my kid record something because I've got my little camera that I can talk through, and I could just play his voice on
Yeah,
the
and then have a sound of
machete
this,
is a lot faster.
and then have this, have a sound of this.
See, that's what I'm saying. Machete is a lot faster.
No, I'm
Breaks
saying
through his
the
windshield.
I'm talking just the sound effect of it all. Yeah,
I do
man.
have sirens on my alarm thing. That
Have you used
I
them?
don't know. This
But
dude is that dense,
the
though.
cops don't come, so he's like, you know what that is.
Yeah, ain't nobody stressing that out here. It would
Yeah,
take
but I
him
mean,
45 minutes to get here.
but if it's like if it's a man is less is more apprehensive to approach a woman
Right.
if she got a man there, and then
That's
he
still
said,
not fair if you think about it.
not fair
Why
with you.
should I have to jump through hoops to make some dumbass listen? And it's not even about, it's about me handling it after I get pissed off because I'm going to get pissed off.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. Is afterwards.
Yeah, it's the after that I need to control because I can't just make it go away just because I blew up. I sit and fester in it a while, and
Oh,
I hate it because I don't want to be festering in it a while.
okay. So if you cut your music on,
That helps.
cut your music, put the earplug in, have a meditative meditative moment. Just went off for me. The recording trigger just stopped.
Howdy.
All right.
My other one died. Sorry. I need to listen to that music you told me to listen to too. I quit doing that after the kid moved out, which that's going really well. He hasn't even asked for money. He hasn't asked to come home. Nothing in the last since the hospital.
So, but he just called and said he just checking up on you.
Oh my God! Remember I told you that he called his best friend's baby died of SIDS. They did not die of SIDS. They got arrested this weekend for murdering their baby, second-degree murder. They were doing meth, and the chick, 20 years old, I told you about, was nursing the baby. She OD'd her baby on breast milk. They are under $1 million bond right now, blown away. It was all over every news station. It's like, I've known this boy since he was 8 years old. He loved this kid. Stephen went over there the night the baby died. I mean, it's his best friend. Stephen didn't say anything about meth, nothing, but then Stephen wouldn't, because I don't know if Stephen's still using or not. So, I mean, I can't believe I was so naive to not see it or recognize it for a year and a half, much less in his friends that it's like their whole lives. She's 20, he's 26. They're going to be in prison for 50 years. It's second-degree murder and second-degree murder without regard. And
how's he getting charged?
that's what I wanted to know. But they were together. They were in the house. Apparently, the cops, they said on the news it was drug infested. I've never been to their house. My kid has. But yeah, so they got them both because they both knowingly, I guess, were doing meth. And then I don't understand why you would breastfeed your baby. I've never been that addicted to something that I didn't think about my children. It's just, but I'm not 20 anymore either. So
right.
It's just,
you never been addicted to meth?
No. Although I would have crack. I mean, I smoked crack for a couple of years, but
even then it was like on weekends, and I still got the hell away from it. I was terrified to try anything else after that. I know me. I would like it.
It cracks.
You know?
Yeah, Memphis, white man's crack.
That's exactly. Yeah, I didn't have white man money. But I mean, I was so naive as to not even recognize it in my own home. I mean, obviously he never did it in front of me, but he would do it and then be in front of me. I didn't know I thought he was just bipolar, you know, but yeah. So all the advice you gave me, setting boundaries, you know, making distance, I feel 100% better. I know that no matter what happens to him, he is his own person, that it's really got nothing to do with me. But yeah, that whole being on trial for murder thing, I think they go back August 16th for their second appearance, but it's just breaks my heart. You know, their whole lives are gone. Their baby is dead. And it's like, why is this on my mind so much? You know, just, I have that much empathy for this kid. I mean, he's stupid. I want to smack him, but 50 years for a 20-year-old seems awfully life-ending. You're never going to get past that.
He'd be out of 40.
I would not. If I was going down, they'd have to have me on death watch, because if I do something bad enough to go to prison, I'm taking somebody out. And it won't be an accident, and it won't be second degree. So.
Yeah, he get treatment. He obviously don't have a lawyer. I mean, but he'd be 40 years old before he get out.
Wow. Yeah, that was a shock. It was like, turn on the news, like, whoa. I thought the baby died of SIDS, man. So I need to write that book, I'm telling you. If I could sit down long enough. I can't even stay on tonight anymore, but thank you. And we will have a session soon. It's 3.
2 more? 3 more?
3. Yeah, I got one on the 4th, one on the 26th, and one tomorrow. But then September, I ain't seeing anybody. If I die in September, I'm taking September off. So I'll be here or at the mountains, one or the other.
Okay, let me let you go so you can get your stuff done.
Yeah, I gotta bathe so I can go to the Wilmington doctor tomorrow. But thank you. I will try to breathe and block people out. Turn my stereo.
I can reset. I forget which one I sent you. That's a 10-minute one or 20-minute one. Meditation.
I don't even remember.
But you have it, right?
It was the music thing you sent me. I don't even know if I got the meditation thing, but all the calming music.
Right.
I was listening to that. I've still got that in my playlist.
Okay. Yeah, play that. Yeah.
And if you sent me a meditation thing, I am Dane Bramage today. I've literally not stopped moving.
But if you know what
kicking my ass.
If you know the calming one, use the calming one. That put down.
I can go take a shower and put my calming music on right now. Right?
Yes.
Thank you. I will talk to you very soon. Get
all right.
Appointment over with tomorrow. Bye.
Hello, journeymen and journeywomen. We're going right into the feature episode, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Had you been bombarded by thoughts coming in by the loads of toxicity? The thoughts that we really don't want. Well, today at Hero's Journey with Dr. D, we're going to talk about 3 programs that we are programmed with, unbeknownst to our parents or guardians' intentions, but nevertheless, it's still done. But also, I'm going to give you 3 ways that we can rid ourselves of the program that's been giving us negative results, so we can get to a healthier lifestyle. Enjoy the video. Hi, for those who are clicking in on the first time, this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, here to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, and educate, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. If you find any value in this content, go ahead Help me help you so we can help others by liking, by clicking the thumbs up and sharing. What you do is you join with me and climb with me as we try to make it better tomorrow, today. And currently what we do, we upload a fresh video every week, once a week, and we do a live stream on Wednesdays and a replay with a live chat on Thursday. And also you can click down below and we cover all the major podcasts, and click the link and find your podcast so you can listen while you drive to and from work. Now enjoy the video. But first, let's give an overview about the origins of a thought. Now you have to understand that whether your thoughts, emotions, and attitudes are positive or negative, they are still represented in the body by electrochemical reaction. That is because our body consists of two systems. One being the chemical system, which is the endocrine system. Secondly, electric system, which is called the nervous system. Essentially what I'm saying that our body pretty much is magnetic energy and chemicals that flows up and down our body. That is the communication of our system. A thought and emotion attached to it take shape in your body and mind as electrochemical response occurring in the depths of your brain, in this case the limbic system, and the outer fleshy part of your brain called the cortex. The limbic system is very essential if you try to do any work on changing your thought life. It's part of the endocrine system. Not only is a part of the endocrine system, it's the center of our emotion. It's the core of our emotion. And within the limbic system, there is something that works somewhat like a chemical factory. There's three elements within the brain: the thalamus, the hypothalamus, as well as the amygdala. These work fluently to function effectively for our system. The entorhinal cortex, which is the doorway to the brain. Let me explain. When you read, you hear, you feel, you have experience. Information is formed. And when the information is formed, there's a convergence on that information to the lower part of the cortex. Now with this information, it passes on through a doorway. And the doorway is the entorhinal cortex. What's sent to it is perceptual units that's received from your five senses, that's relayed in the form of electrical activity. Now, that electrical activity is forwarded to the relay station, the thalamus. Now, recognizing that this information just came from the doorway, which is the entorhinal cortex, it goes to the thalamus, which is considered the relay. This relay is responsible for the memories being stored. What I mean is that it's responsible for sending information to the cortex, which stores the memories, which is the entorhinal cortex. It goes to the thalamus, which is considered the relay. Now, what this relay does, it starts the process of activating the memory. Now, the activation of the memory, what it does is giving the alert system to the brain. It's preparing the brain for incoming information. You have to understand, this is the beginning of the construct of attitude. Now, we're not going to talk about attitude right now. That's another video entirely. But it does create the construct of attitude. Now, when it creates this construct, it starts to formulate, alert system is formulated on the periphery of the consciousness to prepare the brain of the attitude. And then what happens is that if there's a negative attitude that's formulated, then you know there's going to be feelings of negative emotions. And this negative emotion would be transferred and sent to the hypothalamus. Now, we talked about the hypothalamus earlier, briefly. But what the hypothalamus is, he's the facilitator of the chemical factory. He's the facilitator of the limbic system. Now, what he does, he's the person who sends out or secretes the messenger, the chemical messenger through the system. Now, when he submits the information, he gives the order. The chemicals are dispensed, and you formulate the attitude. But then it goes to the next person. The next part of the chemical factory is the amygdala. He's a responder. He builds all the perceptions. He's builds the library. The amygdala is the library of your emotions. You're wondering why that it's the library of emotion, because it holds things in. So when things trigger the amygdala, he may just go off because he's holding all the emotions. It triggers the emotions from the library. The book comes down and they go off. Unfortunately, for some people, the amygdala gives the information much quicker to the cortex than the cortex can give information to the amygdala. Meaning, the information that's given, he may just go, he's a responder and he reacts based on the information he's giving. That's why a good coping mechanism when a person who's in their feelings, so to speak, when something triggers a memory, what it does, it triggers that emotion as well. It's a good thing to stop, pause, and think about it before you respond to it, because you may respond in error. Because the civilized part of the brain, which is the prefrontal cortex, it's taking a little while to get the information aligned. It stores the memories. It's just that the amygdala responds and reacts to them, and often hastily. But this is the formulation of the thoughts. But the thing is, how do you deal with the thoughts when they go haywire? Now we're getting to the good part. Once the amygdala receives the information, it's the next partner that he sends to is the hippocampus. Hippocampus is like a hose. It wraps around certain parts of the brain. But what's his role is to hold incoming information from 48 to 72 hours. Why? Because it's about to burst. It's about to get rocking. He gets the information and then he sends it to the man. The corpus callosum. He's known as the thinker. And when you get to the thinker part of the brain, then that's when free will activates. And that's when the decision has to be made. And I told you before, I'm going to give you 3 reasons, three things to do to diffuse a negative thought or to filter it. You know, when you filter something, you pretty much, you're trying to get all the negative things out and keep the positive things in. It's shown that when you filter your negative thoughts, the goal is to filter 15 to 35% of the negative thoughts and retain the majority of it, because everything we receive is not bad. We just have to sift out the negative things. Now I have 3 things I need for you to do. Ask, answer, and discuss. That's what it is. It's the bullet to your gun, the bow to your arrow, and the rock to your slingshot. It's as simple as that. Ask, answer, and discuss. These are the 3 elements. These are the 3 things that I said I was going to tell you that will help you to filter negative thoughts. This is important because these 3 things allows the corpus callosum, which is the sifter, it's the filter in your brain, along with the frontal lobe. If you ask, answer, and discuss, it will allow you to sift 15 to 35% of negative things and retain the remainder of healthy thoughts and not toxic thoughts. Because remember, it still is your choice. It's your choice to
Because remember, you don't only sift, but you strain. The corpus callosum is the strainer. Dr. Albert Ellis and Dr. Aaron Beck, the grandfathers of cognitive behavioral therapy, they believe toxic emotions arise due to these incorrect and negative beliefs that people commonly think. There are three of them. One is, I must do well. The second, you must treat me well. The third, the world must be easy. What kind of mess is that? I must do well. We don't always do well all the time. A part of learning is failure. You must treat me well. Who's commanded? Everybody doesn't treat everybody well. And if you're expecting everybody to treat you like the image in your mind, you're for a rude awakening. And the world must be easy. The world is not easy. Not all the time. So when you have an expectation for unrealistic outcomes, you're setting yourself to fall, and your house is built on unstable and fragile foundation. And when your foundation is fragile and weak, you're doomed for your cavern to cave in. So let's rewind, pull out the tape, erase the negative, filter and strain. Keep healthy thoughts and build healthy memories to pull from, and delete negative thoughts that just pull us down. And let's create the future that we were designed to have. Let's create the future we want, not the past we regret. Hello, journeymen, journeywomen. You have just heard the first part of this podcast. Now you're about to slide into the recap, the update, and the Q&A portion of the podcast. So sit back and enjoy.
In living color, brown and black. Here I am. Oh, hey, journeymen, journeywomen. This is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D. Here to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, to educate, and helping you get beyond your first move, and trying to help you create a better mindset today. If you find any value in this content, how about you help me help you by helping others, by clicking subscribe, and sharing, and comment, and all that good jazz, so we can make it better tomorrow, today. One person plus one person multiplies and makes more and more and more. You know the gist. You know the gist. I'm trying to fix the thing so I can hear myself, so you all don't say, Dr. D, I don't hear what you're saying. All right. Oh, man. It makes it seem like I'm just playing with my ears, don't it? I'm going to get this thing. All right. Voila. Okay. Twist up. Okay. Looking like I got a 10 in my ear. All right. I don't like the way that looks. What y'all think? Oh, that looks better. All right. This is a Hero's Journey with Dr. D, trying to encourage. I already stated that. Inspire and motivate, helping you get beyond your first move. And tonight, you know what it is. I am doing the... You're tired. I'm doing the recap, the update, and the Q&A. So for right now, of how to filter your negative thoughts. How to filter your negative thoughts. Yay! Okay, so what I'm doing, good evening. Okay, I got one person on. All right, I'll open up the chat. So if I'm going to put the link to come in on the Q&A section, but I'm putting it in now. So when that time comes, then y'all can say, okay, I'm here. I can just put you in the back room, and then we can come on and do what we do. All right. Copy. in my life long, be glorified today. Oh, let me see if I got that. It's the end. Profile, paste. Here we go. Okay, I got it in there. All right. And then you'll see the link in the comment section. Make sure you make good use of it. All right. Now, I am about to do the reviews of the filter, not the reviews of the video that I did previously. And what it was I was talking about filtering thoughts, negative thoughts, because we don't want to knock out the good one. But the whole purpose of the video, I hope it was pleasing to everybody here, because I was tired of doing it. And I think as time goes on, my brevity will get better by doing videos like that, because I think a lot of my videos are important. I think that video is very important because a lot of people deal with negative thoughts, and it's not negative thoughts that they're choosing. Some choose but are ignorant of their choices. Meaning that some people put themselves in situations. Some people put themselves in environments as well as relationships and consume a lot of toxic messaging, whether from a person, a situation, or environment. But some people can avoid it. And that's what we're talking about, because you have people that can avoid it, and you have people that can't avoid it because you're in certain situations. So what do you do about the past? So I talked about in the video about dealing with the filtering of the negative, the filter, the negative thoughts. They must how to handle them so you can progress and do things better. Because sometimes we're plagued by the demons of yesteryear. And the demons of yesteryear seek in, they just sneak in, and they purvey our very being, and we end up reacting and responding off of memory of yesterday. That person was never involved in yesterday. So when I talked about, I gave an overview in my video about pretty much the whole process of the brain. Yeah, I'm gonna give you just pinpoint because it's a tad bit technical. That's probably why I'm tired. In a certain part of your brain, what happens is that it's a doorway called the entorhinal cortex. Now, your five senses as well as experiences are things that start to formulate your thoughts, and then it's a whole process. Entorhinal cortex, thalamus, which is the relay system. Then you got the amygdala, hippocampus, and the end result of it. And you can just look at the video. I'm not going to break everything down. The end result of everything, as far as the whole composite of the thought process, is that it comes in one way, but it ends with the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum is the part in your brain. He's the thinker. He's the one that processes the information that you have received. You will receive something externally, but a lot of times we deal with the stuff that we have received internally, meaning that your memory. Now, don't get confused and think that every thought is just the incoming. Now, a lot of thoughts are already there, and every thought has a memory. It's attached. If you understand, every thought has a memory, and connected to that memory is a feeling. Have you ever looked at the wall or a painting and you felt a certain way because it triggered a relationship, experience? Some good and some bad. You have healthy thoughts, you have toxic thoughts. And so what happens, the corpus callosum receives the whole process. Everything is fed to the thinker. So the corpus callosum is an analyzer in your brain. But what he is the open door to your free will. So that's when we start to make the choices. We start to make the choices that I explained in the video. The choices start with, hold on a second. Ask, answer, and discuss. Sometimes we don't ask the right questions, but it's going to be you that's going to ask the questions to yourself. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. A lot of times When you talk to yourself, you won't be interrupted. You won't be interrupted when you talk to yourself, and you can process what you're saying. Because there's things in your head that you need to get out. You need to hear with your ears. Ask, answer, and discuss it. Because you need to discuss if the thought that's formulating in your mind is worth keeping it. Is it worth keeping? And that's another video all in itself. Meaning that how do I get rid of the video thought? How do I get rid of the thought? What's processes? Journaling. There's other ways you can get rid of the thought. But the truth of the matter, you won't get rid of the thought. But the goal is to overlay the thought with healthy thoughts that takes away the impact of the thought. Now, I do have a video about that. And I use example of different pens and magic markers and about different levels of density or depth of the ink, which is the depth of the memory. Because you can have a memory 20 years ago, but that 20 years, if something triggers today, it can be just as impactful as it was 20 years ago. So the goal is to increase healthy thoughts, to do healthy thoughts, so it lessens the impact of the toxic ones. More healthy outbalances the toxic. More toxic, it outbalances the healthy. So you do the math. Which one would you want? Healthy or toxic? So if that's the case, it needs to be a conscious effort. And that's what happens a lot of times. People are just not conscious of what they're doing and what they're receiving. I mean, currently, it's like if you have a toxic, there's some things. If you're receiving toxic information and you're not assessing what's coming in, and you keep on if you already have a toxic baseline, and every situation is toxic on top of toxic on top of toxic, oh, you're gonna be depressed for a long time. So that you need to change your environment, change your scenery, so you can get some air, fresh air versus dirty air. Helps you breathe better. It definitely helps you think better. And I promise you, it helps you sleep better. Clarity causes better sight. Clarity causes better vision. Better vision. Okay. So pretty much that was it. I did my recap of my and the video is about 14 minutes. So what I do, I do an overview about the brain, the process of the brain. And then I did a section of, I gave the 3 points of what do you do when you have a negative thought. Ask, answer, and discuss. And then I gave 3 common incorrect belief patterns that I put it down, but I should know it. I should know. I wrote it. All right. It's gonna come to me. I'm pretty sure by putting Q&A, that somebody's gonna say, yeah, Dr. D, this is what it was. It should be in the front of my book, not in the back of my book. In my land. All right, back y'all. Oh, it clicked on. Okay, so what it was that the three toxic beliefs were: I must do well, I must be treated well, and the world must be easy. Now that's a mess if I never heard of it. The world must be easy. The world ain't easy. All right, so all right, be back on. So my update is that I don't know yet. I don't know yet. As far as my update for next week would be something probably on the same. It was on the same line of emotion. Because I'm trying to harp that and help individuals as well as myself better understand the dynamic of how we feel and what we feel and how we can get in control of our emotion and regulate our emotions to the best of our ability, so we can actually have civil dialogue and relate with individuals in a better manner, and have some internal peace. Now, I believe the reason why we don't have internal peace is because we have internal turmoil. We have a toxic slush that's in our system, and we have not learned how to get it out. And if we have learned to get it out, we have learned how to stop putting it in. And so the goal is to help people to become clear, so they can see better and regulate their emotions and have better EQ, emotional intelligence. All right. So who's on? So I'm gonna click. Okay, that's my update. Now Q&A is opening up. Let me know. Somebody's in the back room. Just pop in. I'm putting some music on for now to y'all pop in on me. Okay. Well, well. All right, who's coming on? Who's come on in? All right. It's gonna be a short one tonight. I know. Andy, I got you. I got you. Good day. Yeah, she told me, so she can't get on. So, Andy, are you coming on? Or this early in the morning in Australia? You see the link up right above you. You got the link right above you. You click that on, you pop right up on the screen. Now, if they have any questions about pertaining topic, put it in the chat line. If nobody's coming on. Put the let me cut this down. Put the questions in the chat line, and then I'll respond to the questions. All right. And so, for those who didn't see the video, my topic was how to filter your negative thoughts, or how to handle your thoughts. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat line, and if you're not coming on, you're not coming on. But if you have any questions, put it in the chat line, and I will respond to the questions in hand. All right. Okay. This is gonna be a good one, a brief one. Let me wrap it up. You're done. All right. All right. Let me wrap this thing up. All right. If I didn't have to echo the whole time. Come on, Tito. You my sound guy. You're supposed to tell me. How's my sound anyway right now? I will sort this out. Okay. Try. Let me see. Copy link. Let me try and give it to you. Try and give it to you again. If I can generate another link, just try the link. Still won't work with Chrome. I will sort this out. Should work with Chrome. Should work with Chrome. I'm gonna generate. Create a new link. No, I'm not gonna reload. That link should work. All right, it should work. So you figure it out. All right. So, but if any questions, just give me questions on the side, and then that'd be fine. And that'd be fine. So, what I was talking about, I'm just gonna recap it. I already recapped everything. So, what I said, I was talking earlier about the video I had. Did a video about how to control negative thoughts, how to filter the negative thoughts from the positive thoughts, because you want to actually you want more positive thoughts to outweigh your negative thoughts, because we all have experiences with the big situations or small situations, and or smaller situations, but sometimes it can be that one thing that triggers you and can make that small bigger than it actually is. It's like seeing a small spider think it's a tarantula, because it may trigger back in your past of something that happened to you while you was a youth, and your heart may start palpitating, you may drench in cold sweat, but it's real to you, because as a man thinketh, so is he. So as you see, so you go back to that situation. So the goal is not to live in the past. You remember the past. You have inklings, and you can go back and have glances of the past, but don't let the past envelop your present state of being. And so the goal is to control and regulate ourselves, where we can, so we don't be controlled by the disasters of the past. And that's not the disasters of the past. You want the good, healthy thoughts. Sometimes you can just sit in the chair, just relish on good things. The serotonin levels can help increase and make you feel good. You need those. So, all that being said, that's just my second recap. So, if there's any questions, go back and check out the video and put some comments on the video for me. Comments, like, share, and that's appreciated. It helps the cause, helps the analytics. It helps me feel like I'm loved. It helps you know that my material is not in vain, because that took a little research. I am going to have some more, and just put some comment section, things that you want me to go over, maybe things that you may be dealing with, that I'd be more than happy to address on this forum. And then we can come back next Wednesday. We can talk about it. So this is your form of free therapy. You can put an avatar up there, and you can let it all hang out. Oh, Dr. D. Oh, you can do all that stuff. But yeah, that's the purpose. My purpose is to help inspire and to educate, to motivate. I mean, that's what I try to do. Help people create a better mindset. But if it helps you, it helps me. That's my goal. All right. Okay, and you got a question. I have negative thoughts that overwhelm me. I try to focus on something that puts me in a positive mood, such as my dog or my art. That's good. That's good. And because you need something to overlay that negative thoughts. I have negative thoughts that overwhelm me. Now, Andy, I wish you could come over. You should. How do they overwhelm me? How do you overwhelm me? I'm gonna put you up in this way. How does the negative thoughts overwhelm you? All right. I'm gonna wait on it. Let me speak on that. I mean, well, I spoke on the video. Check out the video. Check out the video about the negative thoughts and the process. It helps to understand how your mind works. It helps to understand the total process of how thoughts enter or how they are formulated. Because if you have an understanding of the formulation of it, then you won't be as hard on yourself. And you can do things like Andy, you've done, do things to compensate for that. And then if you know how things are entering, then you know how you can do, how you know how to deal with it. Mhm. Well, good evening. I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm going down. My situation in life, okay. He said, my situation in life, feeling trapped here, and with COVID, it makes it even worse. Are you talking about with COVID, it's the worldwide situation, or do you have COVID? Which one is it? I guess it's Australia. I guess the on cloud again. Okay, I just that. My situation in life, feeling trapped here, and with COVID, worldwide situation, yes, but not being able to go back to the states. Oh wow, give it time. Give it time. Um, because we can always dwell on, and I know you. It does seem like you're trying not to dwell on. We can always dwell on what we don't have, but look at what we do have. And I think you have the steps to do it. You know, positive moves such as my dogs or my art. They put you in a happy place. Because we can always dwell on what we don't have. But I think if you just take time, and you have, and I talk to everybody else, if you take time to look at what you do have. Oh wow. Then you realize that you're good. But you said the vaccine that they offer here is not recognized by the USDA. So does that prevent you from actually going to the states? You said and you said the vaccine on in Australia is not offered, not recognized by USDA. I would think that prevents you from getting to the states because you have to show that you are vaccinated in order to get on planes. Is that correct? Oh, that was loud. Woke me up there a little bit. Just need a little slack. Is that correct? Vaccine. Oh, I think you can respond. Yes, I've had the AstraZeneca vaccine, which isn't recognized. And to be perfectly honest, I've never heard of it. Guys, got another Aussie. I've had the AstraZeneca. Pfizer is, however, wasn't available for me. How about Moderna? Is Moderna available? Or Johnson Johnson? Or Moderna? How it wasn't available for me. C. Oh, did I leave the page? A Moderna is going to be rolled out in the future. Johnson won't be. Okay. Well, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right. Oh, and is any specific any type of topic when we go over? Not go over tonight, but try to I'll do a video on. My last video was how to filter negative thoughts. It's see you go when you said you never heard of AstraZeneca. I guess USDA haven't heard of them either. Yeah, I read this good book that let patience do a perfect work, because if you let patience do a perfect work, you realize that your urgency was not vital, and actually not your urgency wasn't vital, but that your urgency or your delay may be was purposeful for a better reason. Because I have them too. I have delays. I have things that I wish that happened now. I have things that I desire. But one thing I am grateful for is that I can get up vertical and move forward. And I have kids I can smile at. And I'm not sick. I can focus on that. And it relishes me. I mean, it helps me to think about things. And it'd be a good idea and do a gratefulness journal. And it helps you to stay focused on what's highlighted in a positive light versus what's not. Because you don't have to plant weeds for weeds to grow in your mind. They're gonna grow automatically. So you cut the weeds down, you plant flowers where you can grow. Yeah. True, everything happens in its own time. All things work. Yeah, everything has a season. Winter, summer, spring, or fall. Everything has a season. Everything has a day. It's just today may not be mine, but tomorrow will be. And I believe tomorrow may be yours as well. Now, not literal, it's metaphorical now. Metaphorical. I'm metaphorical. All right. And I think I'm gonna sign off, okay? So, all hearts and minds clear. Let me cut this down. Do my ending. All right. Yeah, me too. All right. Thank you everybody for coming out. Actually look at the video, and those on replay. I do appreciate your viewing and your comments. So help me help you, so we can help others by give me a like, comment, and sharing. Because help me help you, so we can help others. So when you click the like, subscribe, and share, and you comment, what you do is you help me make it better tomorrow, today. I really mean this, and I really mean to help people create a better mindset today. So if you don't remember anything, you don't remember anything, remember this. Every day you get vertical, make it your goal in life. So always move forward and never move back. So peace and blessings. And this is Dr. D, and we are out.
If you have enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when a new episode is posted. So you can rave and review about this episode with your friends. And if you forget anything else from this episode, remember this, that every day you get up vertical, make it your goal in life to move forward and never move back. This was the Hero's Journey with Dr. D. Peace and blessings. And we're out! And if you are listening to the podcast, please consider subscribing and being a monthly contributor by giving us a review, subscribing to the content, and being a monthly contributor. And when you do this, you climb with me and grow with me as we try to make a better tomorrow today. And by doing this, what you do is you climb and grow with me collectively as we try to make a better tomorrow today. And by doing this, what you do is climb and grow with me collectively as we try to make a better tomorrow today. And by doing this, you collectively grow and climb with me as we try to make a better tomorrow today.